Welcome, Kat. I'm so grateful to have you here with me. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you very much. And thanks for the opportunity. And always, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
It's my absolute pleasure too. First of all, I want to thank you and say how grateful I am that you gave me your hand on this Soul Diamond Legacy journey. And I would like to hear a little bit about your story and what inspired you to join us.
Well, to be honest, the opportunity to collaborate and to say yes to anything that brings together people like us and everyone that you've got involved in this book. We've created this reality where, as teachers and visionaries and guides and spiritual beings, we've kind of become like little solitary creatures. And just that idea of coming together and just working on a project in this way, and as usual, when you say yes to something like this, something magical has occurred, and all of the different stories all tied together beautifully. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a great opportunity. So, thank you for inviting me along.
And let's disclose the secret. I was planning one book, and then I had a conversation with you, and then the legacy spread, and it's going to be a series, right? Like always.
Well, yeah, I mean, these things do evolve, when I think you and I both know, we get these inspired ideas, and then the more you lean into them, the bigger they get. And half of the problem and half of the challenge that we have as doing this work is to actually stay in the bigness of them. Because everything in the world tells us that we need to make it small and niche it down and take the edges off it and make it more palatable. But in actual fact, these ideas now that us visionaries are getting and these inspired nudges, they're huge, they're enormous. Like and we have to make sure that we're not making them smaller than they are.
Well, for this one, I'm sure it's going to be huge. So, what does the crown, the intuitive leadership, actually means to you?
Well, I think it's really living from that soul truth of who we are. We live in this world where, everything is made up of layers of what's already been and, fitting in and not not making too much noise and all of that sort of thing. But we are actually here to live in our soul truth and live in our message and be big and be bold and be willing to stand out and to take, as I said, these nudges of intuition and these inspired thoughts and stay in the transformationalness of them, and not reduce them down. And I think that message throughout this book, and especially in your work and my work, and the work that we've seen in any other teachers that are a part of this, it's about staying in your truth, staying in your soul truth, staying in your message, staying in who you truly are.
And imagine if everyone lived that way, the world would be a completely different place,
The
right?
world would change like that. If we could inject that into the rest of the world, like that, it would just all shatter, and we'd just be living in an entirely different reality.
Well, that's the idea. But on
Yeah.
top of that, every chapter is truly special. Everyone opened their heart, but yours is really unique because through you, we invited crew to join us. Would you like to say something about that?
Well, yeah, talking about like living in our truth. Um, I am a voice channel to, a collective collaboration of energy that speaks through me, so the opportunity to not just write a chapter from myself, but also to bring through that wisdom and that perspective and that second voice into the chapter to start us off. It was a unique opportunity, and I couldn't say no to that. I mean, it's just a great thing, but actually embracing that has been the journey. It's not something that, you ever find in careers guidance at school. and you won't find it at the job centre. Being a voice channel to a collective consciousness isn't something that came easily to me. And so my story is about learning who I am and learning my own voice and taking away the reality of what I'm not, really. And I think that's all we ever do. It's not a case of learning who we are because we already know on a soul level who we are. It's that taking away of who we're not and what we actually have redirected ourselves to be because of outside, realities and links and lineages and all of that sort of nonsense.
I'm truly blessed and honored for the opportunity to have such an amazing human being like you are, and to feature crew as well. It's truly something which made this project a lot more elevated than it was just an idea at the beginning. We all have our transformative journeys. What was that one transformation moment in your life?
I just think, it's obviously there was a moment where I talk about it in the book where I was I'd been talking to my spirit team for a really long time and doing doing the work on the side and actually being a completely separate human being to the rest of the world, but actually, living two different lives, figuring out all of this spirituality stuff and still being, somebody different to everybody else. But there was this magical moment where I was just literally in the forest and I was out walking and I was talking out loud to the my spirit team and I actually went, so how does this Abraham Hicks thing work then? And I just felt this force come through and come out and start speaking, and it was just the most miraculous moment. And I've never stopped since, to be honest. I just, they are, uh, they bring such a perspective on what our role is for all of us here who are the change makers now. The vision that they have and how we're actually here to let go of all of the old patterning and not to fix the world. We're not here to fix it. We're actually here to bring something new. And in the bringing something new, we bring our own light and our own resonance, and we become the change. It's an old story, but we do literally become the change. And yeah, it's an absolute joy to do the work that I do.
Well, you asked, didn't you?
Well, yeah,
And it was delivered. So, we all have diamonds inside of us. Actually, we are diamonds, and we know diamonds are created under pressure. How does that resonate with you?
Well, I think, we are living in a world that is pressure now. We are, and it's a big conversation, and we probably need to get into this more another day, but we are living on a precipice now where the AI wave is coming in, and it's an amazing, amazing tool for us right now to be on this precipice. And the pressure is for us to keep being unique and to keep staying in our own power and our presence and to keep staying where we are meant to be different. We're meant to stand out. We weren't born to fit in. We're meant to stand out. And this precipice here of we've all been given this amazing tool to work with, but it has to be a case where we use it to stay separate. We use it to stay unique. And there is this balance point, I think, of what a lot of us are here for right now is to just stay in this ownership of our own magic and our own uniqueness and not keep repeating, not keep looking for how can I do the same things differently. And I think that is the precipice that we're on right now is it's going to be very easy to fall into these new tools that we've got that will give us magical ways to just keep repeating more of what's been instead of going in and listening to ourselves and trusting that soul self that we are, and bringing that uniqueness into the world. That is our pressure point here, is staying in that uniqueness and staying in the fact that we aren't meant to fit in. And a lot of what in this world is and what's moving forward is going to keep trying to put us back in that box. And we've got to blow the boxes apart because there ain't no boxes that are going to fit us anymore.
I couldn't agree more. And this is one of the most important messages of the whole book. So thank you for that also. For the end, to inspire our audience and to invite them to read your special chapter, what would be the words of wisdom you would like them to hear?
Well, again, I think it is really this, we're not here to change the world. And I know that seems like a counterintuitive thing to hear, but we're not here to fix it. We're not here to fix what's broken. We're not here to fix what already is. We're here to bring new. We're here to bring our uniqueness into the world. We're not born to fit in. We weren't born to fit in. We're born to stay separate from it. We were born to never fit into the old ways. And that is what this time is all about, and why so many of us are here, and so many of us are yearning to just be more of ourselves. And, that is the thing. If we focus on what's broken and we keep trying to find the problem and fix it, we just keep focusing on the same broken stuff. So we have to just literally listen to our soul truth, listen to our uniqueness, stay in our power, stay in our resonance, and become the resonance that we want to be, and take that out into the world and shine it as bright as we possibly can.
Thank you so much. You know how much effort I put into choosing people who will be on this project. And first that came to my mind was you. And I'm
Oh,
internally grateful. You are such an angel. You're such a beautiful soul. And I would like the whole world to know about you. So I'm very grateful and thank you for being part of this project and for being part of this series, which is about to unfold thanks to you.
and thank you for the invite. I'm honored to be a part of it, and I can't wait to see where it goes. I really can't.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.